Hello, and welcome to the Kitty Cat Lane. My name is Lane, and today I'm going to share some of my art pet peeves. Specifically the things that people say that really don't sit right with me. Since a lot of these things can just be avoided by being a little more mindful of what you're saying, I'm going to offer some alternative things to say in place of these common phrases or interactions. I've divided things up into 3 parts to summarize the root of each peeve. So let's start with part 1. Unsolicited and rude criticism. Criticism with quotation marks around it. I like to learn, so I enjoy getting feedback on ways that I can improve whatever I'm doing. However, oftentimes people will use advice and critiques as means to justify thinly veiled insults or straight up reasons why they don't like someone else's art. We all have opinions, and that's good. If everyone thought the same way and liked the same things, life would be so boring and art would all just be the same. But sometimes it's best to keep those opinions to yourself if there's a chance that what you are going to say is going to be more harmful than helpful to the artist that you're critiquing. And when an artist does ask for critiques, try to keep it constructive and informative. For example, instead of saying something like, "The hands look weird," say, "I think the hands need a little more work," and then try to offer advice on how they could go about improving the hands. Maybe you can try taking a picture of your hands in a similar position as reference. You point out the problem, but offer solutions. That's much more helpful than just tearing down someone else's work and pointing out any imperfections that you see. Moving on to part 2. Self-deprecating compliments. This is kind of the opposite of what we were just talking about. You know when someone sees your art and says something along the lines of, "It's better than I could do. I could only draw a stick figure. I wish I could draw as good as you." It's nice to give and receive compliments, but what good is it to tear yourself down only to place someone else on a higher pedestal? Art is hard, and every artist that you look up to has worked countless hours to polish and improve their craft to get to the level that they are today. If you want to improve, you're going to have to work hard just like those artists. So if you don't consider yourself an artist, or you're just starting out, instead of saying, "I can only draw a stick figure," ask, "How did you learn to draw so well?" Or ask for advice. That's one of the best compliments an artist can get or give, and it's also helping you improve without having to tear yourself down. We're all constantly trying to improve, so let's try to build ourselves and others up instead of tearing others and ourselves down. Part 3. Entitlement of friends, family, or acquaintances. Or maybe even people you've never met before. Brace yourself, I'm about to ask a barrage of questions.
You're an artist, right?
Can I look through your sketchbook? I was just telling your cousin so-and-so about your art.
You should show them.
Can you draw something for me?
Can you draw me?
Oh, you should draw this.
Everyone has the right to say no. So that means artists have the right to say no. That means they can decline commissions too. Just because you are willing to pay the artist doesn't mean they have to accept and agree to draw whatever you want. Now, stepping back a little bit. Obviously, if your family or friends are bragging about your art, that's nice. They support you, and they're proud of you. However, it can be embarrassing to be put on the spot about sharing your art. Yeah, you might have a sketchbook on you, but that doesn't mean that it's work that you're ready to share. I'm primarily a digital artist who sometimes sketches and doodles in a sketchbook when I don't have access to my tablet or computer. So for some people, sketchbooks can be more raw and personal and meant to be private. You could basically be asking someone to read a page out of their diary out loud to a small group of people. I know my sketchbooks are usually messy and full of scribbles with some pages half filled with notes to help me think through a design or story. It's not meant to be shared with anyone. It's just a way of me sharing my thoughts or ideas on something physical. And if I choose to share something with someone, then that's fine. So, for me at least, instead of being asked, "Can I look through your sketchbook?" or "Can I see?" I would much rather be asked, "Do you have any recent art that you can share? I can then pull up pictures from my phone or be given the time to find pages that I am willing to share. It's much less awkward, and I'm much more interested in starting a conversation about my art when it's something I'm proud of or pleased with. And if I don't have anything that I want to share, then you should be accepting of that. I don't owe anyone my art. Continuing with entitlement and owing people art, I do like to draw for my friends and family when I'm able, but only if I'm also interested in the art. I don't owe them any art just because they know me. Art takes a lot of time. Plus, it took a lot of time to get to where I am as an artist today. It always baffles me at how little some people value artist work, and how some people scoff at commission prices. That's literally how some people pay the bills, and they have to account for their time and resources in those prices. Yes, it could be a lot of money, but think about it like this. It might take 2 hours to make your art from start to finish, but it cost the artist countless hours spent learning on how to draw, and you are paying the artist for their time and experience, along with their ability to think up a custom art piece that they tailored to your liking. How awesome is that? If you can't appreciate all of that hard work, then maybe you should just make the art yourself. Anyway, I think that's enough for now. I know I have more specific pet peeves that I could share in another video, but I thought I'd start by sharing the ones that could be avoided if we all could have a little more thought behind our words. If you have anything to add, please leave a comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts and constructive criticism. I had a different idea for today's video that I was more excited about, and everything that could go wrong went wrong, so it just didn't happen for today. But maybe next week I will have something that I'm a little more pleased with, something a little different, something a little more interesting. I don't know. We'll see. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Hey! And here's the secret kitty of the day. Bye!